Good morning, friends. This is Pastor Lorri from First UMC in Kirksville, and it is good to gather together with you over these virtual airwaves on this Friday snowy morning. Snow's not coming down right now. It's sunshiny here, but it is good to gather with you today. So, you'll know that I often start our times by asking, how is it with your soul? And as I've been thinking about that question today, I'm realizing just how much our body and soul are linked. And sometimes our bodies give us clues as to how it is with our soul that we may not recognize ourselves. Somebody made a comment to me not long ago that they could recognize some stress I was carrying just from their interactions and just watching. My body was giving me away. Have you ever had that happen to you? You think that maybe you've got things completely under control. You're doing well, but there's some little tick. Sometimes it's maybe like a nervous tapping. Some of us have that. There may be some other way that our bodies give clues that maybe there's something we need to deal with that's going on in our soul. Now, sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's just that our bodies get into rhythms and patterns. We reorganized our kitchen a couple weeks ago, and even though my mind knows where the new drawer is for this and the new cabinet for that, I'll find my body automatically turns one way or the other when I have that thought. Even though my mind is headed one place, the rest of me is headed the other way. So maybe you know what that's like. Last night, I woke up from a dream that I was angry with someone. Not somebody I'm actually angry with, but even though my mind knew that this was just a dream, my body was still angry. It still had all of those anger hormones, the cortisol, and all of those other things that go along with anger. And it just had me thinking about how linked our bodies, our souls, our spirits, and our minds are. And we see that several times mentioned in the scriptures. And when somebody asks Jesus what the greatest commandment is, the answer is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, but then it doesn't stop there. And with all your soul, doesn't stop there. And with all your strength, that's that body part. And with all your mind. So all of those are linked together. And I've been wondering, maybe that's why throughout the centuries, prayer has often been linked to a particular physical posture. Maybe we often think of that in terms of when we take that physical posture. For many of us in Protestant churches, we bow our head and we, fold our hands. For many folks who have grown up in a Catholic setting, it may be kneeling on a kneeler. In other religions or in other types of Christian practice, at different times, it may be different ways. In some ways and places, it has been actually laying your whole body on the ground. So we have lots of prayer postures, and as much as those open our mind and remind our mind that it's time for prayer, sometimes too they remind our bodies that it's okay to relax. When we open our hands as a prayer posture, it means that maybe we've been kind of keeping things tight. I carry tightness in my shoulders, and my yoga instructor is always reminding me to, relax the shoulders. Our bodies need that prayer as well, need that time to simply breathe, to slow down, to maybe physically have that action of letting go, of releasing, maybe of setting down. And so for me, as I'm pondering that question, how is it with my soul? I'm thinking maybe I need to pay a little bit of attention in the week ahead, maybe this month ahead, as to what answer my body is giving to that question. Because it might be that my mind says, oh, everything is fine. I've got this under control. I'm dealing with all the different things that are coming in just fine. But it just might be that my body knows something that my conscious mind hasn't quite wrapped around yet. Maybe some of you have experienced this too. I'd love to hear that if you have, because I truly believe we are integrated creatures. Our bodies, our souls, our spirits, our minds, they don't live in separate little houses. They are all part of this wonderful package of God's creation. And when we ignore any of them, we're probably worse off. So friends, how is it with your soul? How is it with your body? And how are you as a whole, wonderful, integrated, beloved child of God doing today? So my prayer for all of us is that you may not just love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, your strength, and your mind, but that you will know that you are loved by God with all your heart, with all your soul, throughout all of your body and strength, and with your mind. And then use that wonderful you to love your neighbors as you do yourselves. So go in peace, friends. I hope this is a beautiful weekend for you, whatever it brings, throughout all the ups and downs. And we'll see you next week. Take care.